the Daily Passive Income Mission Possible series. We're going to cover Krystal. Now, Krystal is one of the protocols that allows you to take positions on different blockchains, and it has all kind of cool features like auto rebalance, auto compound. You'll see. And I just wanted to cover that. So, like I say, we are here. We only on one mission. We either here to create or increase our daily passive income. Our goal, of course, is, like I say, is to create or increase our daily passive income by either a dollar amount or a certain percentage each week, whatever your goal is. It can be moving from $10 this week to $20 next week, or $10 this month to $20 next month. That's totally up to you. It is based on your goal. The dApps or Krystal, those sort of dApps are going to help us in selecting the right range. And we wanted to have the right range because our goal is to reduce the rebalancing that's necessary. Because as we rebalance, believe me, there's fees involved, and we'll go over that. You'll see the fees that's involved with Krystal. And say you're making your $20 a day, but you only need $5 a day. You can claim what you need, compound the position, take the money and build yield on yield and invest it in other locations. That's totally up to you. Our ultimate goal, of course, is to maintain control over the assets. And with that, we want the minimum amount of impermanent loss that we have. We'll see when we go over in the video if we go into the stable tokens. And as always, the last point there, GIFI, get in where you fit in, and KRS1, knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. Because if we increase our knowledge, we can reduce our risk. And there's, like, we know there's so many different protocols out there. There's Krystal, there's Stable Swap, there's BFI, Radium, Orca, PulseX, especially when we're talking about other blockchains. And there's just so much more. So let's go. Krystal.app. Now, I particularly like Krystal. It's simple for me to use and it does everything that I needed to do. So we're going to go through Krystal, take a peek at it, look at the different options we have here and the different offerings for you to help you increase or create your daily passive income. So let's go. I'm trying to make these videos as short as possible instead of, I know I have some videos that are 45 minutes long. I'm trying to bring it down to a more digestible level. All right, so you have Krystal here, and you can just go down. It's the centralized liquidity products, and that's the different offerings that they have. You have the app, you have the Krystal. So if somebody wants to, Krystal has the ability to invest in the initial liquidity offerings as well. That's what I'm saying. There's just so many opportunities out here to get your funds. Then they have their different connections here, these are some of the different protocols that Krystal uses to help you get that daily passive income. The different liquidity across all these different dexes, all in one dashboard. You'll see the dashboard when we go in there. Then, of course, they break it down by the blue chips. You can search for the particular token that you want. It's totally up to you. Then they have different options to get in. The Krystal Zap, the auto adjust, the range order. There's the auto rebalance, the auto compound. It's just so many different opportunities here, because you don't want to make it complicated when it comes to, the only time you really want to get deep in there is when you're thinking about how much, really your APR and APY. You don't want the protocol to be hard and complicated for you to navigate in order to increase your position or decrease your position or to harvest. You want it as simple as possible. Then, unless you're going to sit there all day long and minimize or micromanage the aggregator itself. All right, so let's keep on going before I start rambling. And there's the Krystal wallet, as you can see here, is available on Google, Android, or Apple. Then, of course, follow us, and then all the socials at the bottom. So let's go ahead and get in here. So next, so you launch the app. So let's go into the app. Okay, before I go into the app, we always got to start with the documentation. Please, KRS1, knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. So you need to get in here so you can understand exactly how the protocol works. There's protocol fees and all that kind of good stuff, so you don't be blindsided. Now, the team, I'm not going to go over the team. That's up to you. The value, that's for you to go into as well. Then you had the products. Like I said, you had the Krystal, the initial liquidity offerings. You can go in there, check that out. my thing here, I'm here for the ALM, which is the Automated Liquidity Management. It's a one-stop for the liquidity providers, which are us, to earn or create a daily passive income. So you can go through here. I'm not going to, because otherwise the video is going to be too long. The security, the smart contracts, the API documents, the Telegram bot. I haven't used the bot. And then there's the fees. Of course, you want to know the fees. So when you zap into a particular position, you can see the fee here is 0.1%. The rebalance 0.1%. The compound is 0.1%. The swap is 0.1%. These are the things that you need to know, because we're trying to keep the fees to a minimum so we have more profit for us to do what we need to do. So that's it there for the documents. Like I say, you're going to go in here and you're going to do the deep dive in it. I'm not going to do it for you because that's part of your homework. Then we can go into here. Then we go into the protocol itself. So we're at Krystal. Now, first thing they do, they have strategies. You can come into the strategies here, and you can have, now with the strategies, they're positions that's already been created by other Krystal members. So you're like, you know what, L7, I like Pepe. So you can come in here, you can scroll, you can come over here and put in Pepe. And then you can see all the different protocols that's already been created with Pepe. Not all the protocols, of the positions. Now, remember, the little robot here on Krystal means that it's automation. So you can automate it to keep you in balance and not have to rebalance and keep you, in the range. So you don't have to worry about coming out of range and not earning any fees. So you can see this one here. Its total value is $362. But if you say, well, L7, I got to have a minimum of a certain amount in there for the TVL, then there you go. So, of course, out here on ETH, on the ETH blockchain, and ETH and Pepe, it's $1.4 million. It's generated over $174,000 in fees, profit and loss, another additional $340,000, and this one is 4 months old. And you can see the 7-day APR. So now, depending on your chain that you're on, like I say, I don't do much on ETH. Let's see. Okay, then you come down, you got Arbitrum here, like this position here is Arbitrum. Let's look at a profitable one. Like you have this one here, but it's only $3,000. This is Arbitrum here, but I don't know if they come out of position, but they're P&L. So you're going to have to do your homework. You just can't just click into them, but that's what the strategy is for. So then when you come again, you have the hot pools. Now, I like this feature here because it's going to list the features for you. So like I said, I'm not ETH. So what I would do, I'd scroll down. Oh, it's showing base. Okay. Because normally when you load up, it comes to ETH. So you can change it here to base. So as you can see, these are the best hot APRs right now. Now, granted, we are not, well, sometimes I do go for the high APRs because this is my fun. I use Krystal to do my fun protocols. I know that they're very, very volatile. That's what I want to do. It's my money. So you do what you want to do. You're like, no, L7, I need to be safe. You can come right here with your blue chips. You have wrapped ETH and USDBC, which is basis USDC. Then you have wrapped ETH in USDC and wrapped ETH in DAI. So you have options. Then you're like, no, that's still not safe enough for me, because you got risky, safe, and the safest. Because you got USDBC and AXL and USDC, you got DAI and USDC. So these are stable. Yes, the returns, as you can see here, DAI and USDC is only 14%. Then you come over here, you get into the hundreds, and then sometimes over here, these will be in the thousands. So you get in where you fit in. So if he's like, no, L7, I want all my funds, I want them safe, I don't want to have to be stressed about it, then that's what you do. You come over, you can click it, DAI and USDBC on the base blockchain. So then you scroll down and it shows you the two different options you have. You can do it on PancakeSwap or you can do it on Uniswap. So you say, well, I want to do it on PancakeSwap. So you can go here, get the details on that particular protocol, let it come up. This is where you're going to get to pick. Okay, I don't know why it's taking forever to load. Okay, here we go. So you can see how much is in here. There's $89,000 in TVL. They generate $91,000 in the past 24 hours. Then you scroll down, and this is where the positions are. Now, the fact that it's stable, you don't have all those options like you have when we look at one of the the other ones that are not stable to stable tokens, because especially when you're picking the range, because they're both $1. So you can see here, which is not much. If you invest $1,000, you're going to earn a whole penny in 24 hours. Now, as you increase that up, you get you need $1 million in it, and that's only generating 5.92% a day. So now, if these whales come in here and they got $10 million and they put $10 million in there, they can go to sleep and they know they're earning $8.68. So it is what it is. So, but like I said, you got to get in where you fit in. If this is what you need and this is what you want, the peace of mind and everything, then this is where you go. So let's go back to the hot pools, and we could do the same thing. Okay, like we said, we wanted Pepe. So we see the Pepe is over here. Okay, and we come over. And so now we see Pepe is APR 578%, 900,000 TVL. It's generated 1.4 million in the last 24 hours. So let's check this position out on Uniswap. Now, of course, you can go out to Uniswap and get into that position, but that's not what I'm doing. So you can come here, you can see the numbers that I just read off to you. And then this is what I'm talking about, the difference in the stable and one of the more risky ones. You have the best narrow that's already preset for you. And so let's scroll up so you can see all these numbers. Okay, right here. So if you put $1,000 into this particular pool and leave it the way it is with this huge range, right now you have a huge range. You can see it here. It's at the highest. Pepe's been all the way to the lowest. So you have a good range. So $1,000 is going to produce you $32.60 every 24 hours. But you're like, nah, L7, I want to go, let's narrow it. So let's click the 3. So you narrow it. Now you're talking $624 in one day. Or the best wide, which widens it a little bit, that's still $111.78. You're like, no, L7, I want to be able to put my $1,000 in there and stay in the full range. Okay, you click full range. That's still $16 every 24 hours. And you stay in range. So like I say, it's up to you. So now once you say, well, this is what I want to do, I want to add liquidity. Now this is where you see everything that you need here. You can see the price range, you're still in full range. Now you have the zap factor. So you can zap in with whatever you want. It does not have to be USDC, whatever you have in your, I can zap in here with my BRET tokens if I chose to. I can click BRET, say how much I want to use all my BRET. It'll be waiting for it to do its little thing. It's fetching the best rates. And once it does that, exactly, I can click approve BRET, and it will use my BRET tokens to go into that particular position. So that's how you get in there. Then, of course, you have the different, your personal profile. Then you have the automation. So I'm not sure. Let's go back and see if this one had the automation. Because if it didn't have the automation, let's go back to hot pools. Yes. See, this one has the little automation that's already supported. So that means you can go in there and you can set the rebalance for yourself. Like at this position, at this particular point, rebalance and make sure that I stay in there. So if you go here, and then we can go into automation. Okay, click here. Then you can go into automation. Okay, come on down. Okay, we need to go. Oh, well, I guess you have to open up the position to do the automation part. But even if on here, if you click the look, it does just show auto support. So that's what you're going to have to pay attention to if you really in particular want to use the automation. And you can see here from the automation, you have the auto rebalance and the auto compound options. And okay, it's bringing up my positions that I have with the automation in there. So like I said, you're going to have to come out, you're going to have to do your research, you're going to have to increase your knowledge, reduce your risk, and get in where you fit in. So let's go ahead and look at my profile. I do need to do a rebalance. I'm trying to get my ledger, wake my ledger up right here. Because like I said, this is my fun one. I trying out these positions because I want to. So I don't, nobody don't be, oh, look at L7, he's in Bengals. It's my money. I can do what I want to do. Okay, let me just wake my ledger up. Oh, Lord. Okay, hold on. Because I don't put the wrong pin in. Then I'll be done locked my ledger up. Just a second here. Okay, we're ready. So you can see here my positions. Now, when you have your positions already set, you can see the ones that have the automation on here. You can see your total value that I have locked. So I have Ethan Meagles. I got $144 in there. I've generated $623.84 in fees, and my P&L has 214. I've been in that position about a month. So as you can see, it auto rebalances and it stays in there on its own. Now this one doesn't have auto rebalancing. This one I just threw some funds in there the other day that I had sitting on the side. So if I want to stay in this position, you can see I put $28 in there. I've generated $30 in fees, so I've already made my money and then some, and profit and loss $18. So and I've been in this position like 14 days. So once I see that it turns red, I would have to go into here, into my pool details. Now I have the option to liquidate or remove my, go back. To remove my funds from in there, it's totally up to me. Let me go back. Okay, so we go to the position. So we go into here. So we just click. Then all your options are over here on the I can increase. I can put more funds in there if I choose. Remove liquidity. I can claim the fees. So like right now, there's 77 cent in fees. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go ahead and rebalance. So what it's going to do is take those fees and put it into my current liquidity. So just hit rebalance. Now here's where I'm going to have to pick my position or my range. Of course, you have the three options. They give you the full range, the best wide, and the best narrow. So I go to best wide. You have to do whatever you do for you. I like to move mine over. Like I say, this is just what I'm doing. Like I say, I'm here for fun. These are not any particular. These are really risky plays here, but it's generating me some fun, so I'm not going to complain. All right, and then I just do a confirm. It's going to come up. Going to do find the cheapest way for me to get back into the position. And okay, accept. And I do keep an eye out on this price impact because sometimes it'll be red and it'll be high. Then I just do a refresh and then it'll drop down to maybe 1% if even that much. Okay. And that should do it. Sign transaction completed. And this will come to complete. All right. And now I am refreshed. So now if I go back to the profile and hit refresh, it should turn green and put me back in the position to earn fees. Okay, it'll change in a second. And that's pretty much it for Krystal. And of course you have your Krystal points. Okay, we'll let it do what it's going to do. And you have your Krystal, you had the automation features like I showed there. Then you have your Krystal points. Now with your Krystal points, I don't know if they're going to do a Krystal airdrop in the future. Just see it says join army of astronauts and collect the Krystal gemstones in the multiverse. Legend has it that these gemstones will transform into Krystal and unlock many future opportunities for liquidity providers. So as you can see, I'm just stacking them up. I come through, make sure I do my check-in each day, and this is the amount of Krystal points I have. I will have the link for Krystal in the description. So let's go back here, go back here and see if my position has turned green, because it shouldn't take there. Exactly. There we go. So now everything's nice and green, and I'm just going to keep on generating my fees. Like I do say, and I'm using the yield on yield that you learned about in the course, and take the funds from here and move them around and play with them as I choose to. Like I say, if I'm making funds here and I can generate them, and these are some risky, because of course I don't care about Brett, because Brett, I'm stacking both of these ETH and Brett, so it's all good. But Meagles, it's a token. It had a decent APR, APY, whatever you want to title, and the same with Uwu. So like I said, you get in where you fit in. But that's essentially Krystal. Krystal is really, really nice. It's really simple to use. And then, like I say, if you can pick positions with the automation feature in there, you don't have to sit there and monitor it as often as you would have to one that's not monitored. So, and you have the option to pick between all of these different blockchains. You can go BNB, whatever floats your boat. Now, of course, when you come out to ETH has some of the highest APRs out here. But like I say, I can't deal with the ETH fees, to get into some of these pools. Now you can see here, okay, like ETH and Nero, you see 1,000. So like to get into this position here, okay, I don't want to drag the video on too long. Like I say, you come with your $1,000, and this is, you're almost in the full range here. So if you go best wide, you talk $1,000, you're getting $66 a day, and so on and so on and so on. So I just wanted to bring this opportunity to this option here of Krystal to be able to use to create or increase your daily passive income. So as always, all I ask is that you please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And legends, as always, KRS1 knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. And engage.